passage is about integration of artificial intelligence with education. And it talks about the importance of AI, importance of a teacher, whether we can do away with teachers or not, whether AI is completely useful or not useful. In my opinion, if you read the passage once or twice maximum, you should be able to answer all the questions effortlessly. How many questions based on the passage? All the 10 questions are easy to answer. 10 questions or more than 10? Shall I read the first one? What is the central theme of the passage? Underline the word theme. In a way, what is it about? Teachers will become obsolete due to AI. You can never replace the role of a teacher. Underline the word obsolete. That's an important word. Outdated. Very good. Oh, with a broad smile. Good. Nice way to start. All of you write the word outdated. Obsolete means what? Outdated. Also write the word redundant. You all know one meaning of the word redundant. Redundancy means what? Unnecessary use of words. But write this combination, redundant employees. Old employees, not useful for the company. Then what does the company say? How does it refer? Redundant employees. In a way, outdated, obsolete, no longer useful. Have you got the combination? Okay. Can we consider the first option? No. AI is a threat to traditional education? No. AI can enhance but should not replace human-led education. It talks about the same. So what is the answer here? Third option is the answer. And what is the fourth option? Data privacy is the only major challenge of AI? No. AI has failed in the education sector? No. Easy to answer. All the 10 questions easy to answer. Question number 2. It can be inferred, underline the word inferred, that the author views teacher involvement as what? According to the writer's stand, how does the writer look at the role of a teacher? First option, redundant in AI-driven classrooms, not correct. Essential alongside AI, teacher cannot be replaced. Essential, indispensable, write one word. Have you heard of this word? When just now, sir. Indispensable means what? Essential. You cannot do without that. Workplace, English is indispensable or not? Essential. How do you communicate? English, common language, an important word. Which option is that? Essential alongside AI. Hold this one. Unnecessary if AI is well trained, not correct. An obstacle to AI adoption, not correct. Declining steadily, not correct. But I'll do value addition. First, you underline the word obstacle. Tell me what are the synonyms. Hindrances, impediments, hurdles, bottlenecks, all these you have to recollect and write. And declining means what? Going up or going down? Declining numbers means what? Numbers are going down. We use combinations like declining numbers, declining standards, declining quality. These combinations you have to know. I hope you guys are writing the combinations. What is the meaning of pedagogical alignment as used in the passage? Pedagogy goes with teaching. So what is the first option? Alignment. First tell me the meaning of alignment. Matching or setting properly. Use of AI software, not correct. Adjustment of education policy, not correct. Reducing student-teacher interaction, not relevant. Training teachers in foreign languages, not at all relevant. Harmonizing technology with teaching methods. You don't have to read the passage to answer this. What is the answer here? Fifth option. For that you don't have to read the passage, sheer common sense. Question number 4. Which assumption is implicit in the author's argument? Underline the word implicit. Implied. Implicit means direct or indirect. AI cannot operate without government intervention. Not relevant. All students will benefit equally from AI. No. Human teachers are indispensable to quality education. Obviously. Human teachers are very important when it comes to quality education. Hold the third option. Traditional methods are obsolete. No. Only private schools can afford AI? No. So what is the answer here? Third option is the answer. The tone of the author in the passage can best be described as passage is about what? AI, integration in the field of education. You have to think of negative words or positive word or neutral word. Negative word you cannot think, either positive or neutral. What is the first one here? Hold this one. Indifferent, positive or negative. You cannot consider. Alarmist, in a way negative. And satirical, negative. What is the next one? Dismissive, negative. So what is the answer? Analytical approach taken by the writer, this also easy to answer, based on the topic. Which of the following would be the most appropriate title for the passage? AI replacing the human touch? No. Redefining education with AI seems right. Hold this one. Teachers versus machines? No. The end of traditional learning? No. Privacy issues in smart classrooms? What is the answer? We are trying to redefine education with the help of artificial intelligence. Question number 7. Why does the author mention India's National Education Policy 2020? In the passage, the writer talks about this policy to provide an example. Am I right? A practical example. Based on that, I'll read the options. To criticize government interference? No. To show global resistance to AI? No. To highlight a practical example of AI integration? Seems right. Answer is the third option. To argue that AI is poorly implemented? No. To discuss flaws in curriculum? No. Underline the word flaws. Flaw means what? Mistake. What is the other word? Fallible. What is opposite of fallible? Infallible. And no one is flawless in the world. Means what? No one is perfect. Shall I go to the next one? According to the passage, one of the criticisms of AI in education is it improves rote learning. Underline the word rote. What does it mean? You all know the phrasal verb mug up. Usually we say don't mug up your lessons. Means what? You try to learn understanding the concept or without understanding. When you don't understand, what do you try to do? You try to mug up your lessons. That is nothing but rote learning. No conceptual clarity. Have you guys got it? Okay. Can you choose that option? No. It leads to overstaffed schools? No. It increases student anxiety? Again, no. It may dehumanize education? Hold this one. It reduces parental involvement? No. So what is the answer here? Fourth option is the answer. The passage implies that AI is most effective when, tell me when is it most effective? In combination with teachers or without teachers? It is used independently of human teachers, not correct. It replaces outdated syllabus completely, not correct. It is ethically implemented and aligned with teaching practices. This seems right. Hold this one. It limits access to student data? No. It is regulated by private companies? No. So what is the answer here? Third option. Ethically implemented and aligned with teaching practices. The last question, I suppose. Which of the following would most strengthen the author's position? A study showing AI-led classrooms outperforming human-only teaching. This seems okay. Hold this one. A report highlighting AI system failures? No. News of teachers protesting AI use? Again, no. A surge in digital literacy? Underline the word surge. Sudden increase, one meaning. Sudden forward movement, another meaning. You guys are now finely tuned. Very good. Decline in student interest in AI? No. So what is the answer? First option is the answer. A study showing AI-led classrooms outperforming human-only teaching. I have spent almost, what time did I start? Do we have the coordinator here? Please come here. I think, what time does anyone remember? 10 past 3 or quarter past 3? Quarter past 3. Now what time is it? 3:25, almost 10 minutes. 10 questions, how much time? 4 remain chain. 10 minutes on 10 questions. Have I done slowly or have I done very fast? Fast or fastly? Fastly is a common error. There's no word like fastly. Fast can be an adjective, can be an adverb. I feel I've done fast. And you may ask, sir, why? Two reasons. One reason, it is a familiar topic. As youngsters, you all know, today we talk about the most important topic. The most happening field is which one? AI. And it goes with, in combination with which field? Education. You are in touch with education or not? So easy passage, and all the questions are based on explicit information. One reading, maximum 2 readings, you should be able to answer all the 10. But we have a problem here. What is the problem? Looking at your non-verbal communication, new students, they must have thought, what is he doing here? He is reading the question, he is telling the answer, then he is going to the next question. Am I right? But do remember, if the question demands analysis, there are 2 ways of dealing with the passage. Shall I tell? First one, I read the question, I tell you go to paragraph 1, go to sentence number 2, see what is there, check with the keywords, answer is there. That is higher level or lower level? We are not to deal with lower level of comprehension, lower level of answering the questions. Higher level is always advisable. Why means? Mains, I told you the other day, 1 passage or 2 passages or 3 passages. Average 2 or 3. Now you try to do it all the time, you may not get the answers, you may not find the answers, because mains questions are based on implicit information. Imagine 5 questions based on implicit information. If you read the passage, question, take the keywords, navigate the passage, can you find the answer? You can find only if the question is based on explicit information. Otherwise, you cannot. So my approach is, when you read a passage, a familiar topic, you must have read. How many of you have read this passage? Raise your hands before coming here. 80% I can say. That's good. Then when I read the question itself, you should come up with the answer. Because the question is easy, answer is also easy. Do you understand? And I read out the options to make sure that you respond. Okay, not this one, not this one. That means you are with me. That means you know what the passage talks about. You know, you have answered all the questions. Do you understand? And please don't expect, in the past, I would also do the same thing. Before COVID, I myself would do, okay, in question number 1, what are the key words? Now, where are the key words in the passage? Go to paragraph 1, go to sentence number 2. Do you see the same words? Students would say, yes, sir. Now, answer is there, very simple. But those days are gone. Do you understand what I say? The questions are based on what? Summary, inference, writer's view, implicit. Then can you do that? It doesn't serve any purpose. Do remember, passage makes or breaks your selection. Do you remember I told the other day? And if you be at the lower level, what is the lower level here? Shall I continue? Thank you. What is the lower level here? Lower level is, okay, keywords. Let me go there, check. I would like to tell one more thing. I think it is pertinent. What is the meaning of pertinent? In the past, educators would recommend, they would say openly on stage, don't read the passage. Go to questions directly, take the keywords, navigate, locate, you get the answer. But from day one, I never took that approach. And now, definitely, my approach will work out. What is my approach? Don't go to questions first. Read the passage. Try to get the gist of the passage. What is it about? It is about AI in relation to education field. And then you take one question at a time and try to look at the key words. Then third round, you read the passage meticulously, slowly, analytically, and understanding the main points, sub-points, and focusing on the key words. Then you try to answer, you will be able to answer almost all the questions. Because there are 2 levels of reading. I hope you guys are with me. Lower level, you read to understand, you read to comprehend. And in the past, they would frame questions keeping that level in mind. But now, higher level, what is the higher level? You read analytically. Now you should ask me, sir, what is the meaning of analytical reading? Casual reading, lower level reading, you read to understand. You struggle to understand. But higher level, you read analytically. What does it mean? While reading itself, back of your mind, a few questions pop up. What is the writer trying to tell us? What is he trying to convey? Is it positive, negative? Has he taken a stand? His stand is based on evidence or based on personal opinion, subjective or objective? And what are the points he has highlighted? To substantiate those points, what are the examples he has given? And has he taken us in a systematic way? Has he criticized or has he appreciated? Or has he taken a neutral stand? All these questions should be there while reading the passage. Then you will be able to answer the questions like summary and inference and writer's view. Do you understand what I say? Never try to deal with the passage based on the key words in the question. Those days are gone. All of you should remember bank exams, every year new models, new patterns are coming. But I tell my students, models are not important. What is important? Tell me. Knowledge is power. English proficiency is important. You're good at English, it doesn't matter. Whether to understand comprehension point of view question or analytical reading point of view question, you will be able to answer. And you have just started your journey. This year we have a lot of exams. July to which month we have exams? Feb or March also, I think. And this is the time you change your mindset. And don't expect old patterns and don't expect answering questions based on grammar rules. That approach will not work no longer. Things have completely changed. Competition, new patterns, new models, higher level of proficiency in English, based on your habit of reading every day the newspaper. These things will take you very close to the exam and the selection. But you don't want to change. Still you expect the master to tell, go to where are the key words. Okay, master has given that way, we are very happy. Or you think of what is a blank, after the blank there's a noun, before the noun what are we supposed to use? Adjective. Those days are completely gone. Read the sentence, understand the context. Before you go to the options, you should know what words have to be used. Then you go to the options, you see one of those, that is the answer. I hope you understand what I say. Who has got all the 10 correct? Raise your hands. Oh, they're ready to raise. About 10, 15 students, that's wonderful. But a passage like this, we should always remember, imagine you have read the passage not under pressure. Then you can get 10 out of 10. We have given you an hour. But do you get so much time when you take the mock test? What is the time you can allot for the passage? 8 minutes. 5 minutes to read and 3 minutes to answer. Keeping that in mind, a passage like this, in my opinion, if you get 7 plus, extremely happy you should be. How many of you have got 7 plus? Raise your hands. Wonderful. I think about 60% to 70%. 5 plus beginners, you should be happy. 5 plus how many? Beginners. Some beginners, they must have got 5 plus between 5 and 7. That's what I mean. Nothing to worry. Slowly the numbers will go up. Shall we go to the next set? Have you got the answer for the 10th one? What are these about? This is again not a passage but a paragraph. A short paragraph based on that a few questions. I'll read the paragraph first. The idea of universal basic income UBI has gained traction. Underline the word traction. Traction means what? Momentum. Write the word momentum. In a way you can say it has become popular. It is in the limelight. Has gained traction as automation threatens jobs worldwide. You should know what is happening. According to the Economist magazine, this I read, I think, 5 years over. According to the survey, a particular survey in the US, 5 years down the line, in the US is 6 years ahead of other countries in the field of AI. If you take developed countries, they are ahead of developing countries in terms of science and technology. Among developed countries also, the USA is 6 years ahead of other countries when it comes to artificial intelligence. According to that survey, it seems 5 years down the line, 25% Americans are going to lose their jobs. What is the percentage? Means 1/4. They are going to lose their jobs courtesy AI. And in a way, it is going to change the entire society. Imagine 25% losing their jobs. A chaotic situation, yes or no? Keeping that in mind, this has been written. So this passage talks about AI, because of AI, people lose jobs. Then can they survive? They cannot survive. Survival becomes a problem. Some justice has to be done. Then we go for something like equal salary, equal pay to everyone. No issues, right? And no one loses a job and everyone gets the same amount of money. No, not a big deal. In a way, it talks about that. The idea of universal basic income, please underline universal basic income, has gained traction as automation threatens jobs worldwide. By providing a fixed income to all citizens, this is what I was talking about. Fix what? A fixed income to all citizens, regardless of employment status. UBI aims to reduce poverty and ensure economic security. In Western countries, I don't know how many of you know, they have something like, I think they introduced in our country also. Imagine there's a youngster, no job. The government pays some amount. Are you guys aware of that? They can survive without a job also. In a way, this talks about the same thing. Job, no job, government provides some amount so that the person can survive. Critics, however, warn it may reduce incentives to work and strain public finances. Now, when they give, irrespective of job status, they give money. What is the negative impact? One negative impact, those who work, they don't feel like working because this guy is not working, gets 10,000. I work day in and day out. I also get 10,000. Will I be motivated? I won't be motivated. That is the first problem. What is the second problem here? Strain on public finances. Government has to spend a lot of money. Those who don't work also, they have to pay. That is the unnecessary burden, financial burden. Now we'll go to the questions. Shall we? What can be inferred from the passage? Underline the word inferred. Automation will increase employment in rural areas. Now, sometimes what happens, you cannot answer directly. Take elimination approach. Can we consider this option? Straight away, you can eliminate. Option 2. UBI may support people during job transitions caused by technology. This seems right. Because of technology, I lose job. Then I cannot survive. But the government pays me. Then I can survive. Transition period, it will be useful. Hold the second option. All governments have implemented UBI. No. UBI will eliminate income inequality completely. Complete elimination not possible. But you can consider that also. Public finances are unlimited. They're always limited. So you have to decide between the second one and fourth one. Which seems better? Second one. So what is the answer here? Second option is the answer. Next one. Which of the following is an assumption? All of you write assumption. Which part of speech is it? Now, what is the verb form? Please write assume. Assumption, noun, assume. Usually we say don't assume things. Means don't imagine things without any proof. Have you got the meaning? Which of the following is an assumption? Means not true. It is only a feeling. UBI will replace all welfare programs. Automation has no effect on job availability. No. Without income security, people may struggle in an automated economy. This seems right. It's sheer common sense. Without job security, without income security, will people be happy or they struggle? Hold the third option. Citizens prefer fixed income over jobs. No, people want to work. Imagine every day we give you money or government gives you 1 month's salary without work. You may enjoy 2 or 3 months. After that, how do you feel? You get bored without doing anything and you want to work. Yes or no? That is human nature. What is the last option over here? UBI can only work in developed countries. No. So what is the answer here? Without income security, people may struggle in an automated economy. Automated economy, definitely, we need some sort of security, job security or financial security. Both are important. That's all. How many of you have attempted questions based on that short paragraph? Who has got both correct? 2 questions? Oh, wonderful. You're on the track. What are these about? File, first word. And I told you guys many a time, in English we have a lot of words. How many words are there? 8 lakh. That is the first problem. How many words you have to know? That is our problem. 10,000 effective words. What is the source for 10,000 effective words? The Hindu paper, obviously. And not only the words, another problem. English is known as a combinational language. Millions of combinations are there. And where can you find it useful? English combinations or collocations, close test, fillers. These exam topics depend on word combinations. And one more problem, each word has many meanings. That is another headache. And a simple word like run, can you guess how many meanings it has? 400 plus meanings. It is a word with a maximum number of meanings in English. What is a word? A simple word like run, 400 plus meanings. And keeping that in mind, nowadays they are asking questions based on, and what is the exam topic? Word usage. Based on the context, they may use a different meaning. It may carry a different meaning. To deal with an exam topic called word usage, you should know all the meanings of that particular word. But generally what happens, you know the primary meaning, some of you may know the secondary meaning, only a few may know the tertiary meaning. And beyond that, let us not talk. Better not to talk. And then what happens, they take one sentence, familiar use, familiar meaning. Oh, easy one answer. Second one, element of doubt. Third one, you may feel, no, this is not right. But you don't know that it may be right also. That way, these are quite challenging. Now respond. She filed her nails into a perfect shape, right or wrong? I expect from this side, not from that side. Tell me. You have to respond, Andy. Please respond. Don't look at me like that. I hate people staring when I do the explanation. Sounds right or wrong? It is right. Underline the word file. Used as what? Noun or verb? Used as a verb. She filed her nails into a perfect shape. Filing here means making something very sharp or giving the fine shape, fine tuning something. Have you got the meaning? That only a few know. This is not easy. Second one, the lawyer filed a case against the landlord. Anyone can tick this one. Tick this one. First one, a little doubt. Second one, easy. What is the third one? He filed into the room without any noise. Now, many of you must have thought, third one is not correct. Am I right? But answer is 1, 2, and 3. I will explain, don't worry. Look at me, not at your classmate. When usually what happens, a student doesn't understand. He or she depends on the one next to. Then I give a quote from the Bible. What is the quote? When one blind person leads another blind person, both will fall in a ditch. Have you got it? So, master is in front of you. Look at the master. I'm going to explain. I'm damn sure across the country, not even 10 students will be able to answer the fifth one. What is the fifth option? All 1, 2, 3 correct. Because they may choose, first one also I doubt, but some students are good at English. They may choose 1 and 2. Do you have an option like 1 and 2? How many of you have chosen the second option? Raise your hands. You go with my expectations. But here, write the meaning. He filed into the room without any noise means, file here means to move or enter one after the other or one behind the other. To move or enter one after the other. First one person enters, then one more person, one more person. File means that. How do we know that meaning? Do you think master knows that meaning? What do you think? You guys are very smart. Anyhow, impossible to guess. Impossible. Third sentence, with conviction you must have thought, no, this can't be right, but it is right. So what is the answer? Now you understand why I said these are not easy. And nowadays they are asking questions based on word usage. That has become an exam topic. Shall we go to the next one? Strike has many meanings. One meaning, you give a blow to someone. That is also striking someone. You all know that. But generally, strike, what comes to your mind? Workers, employees, they go on strike. You all know that. Let us see. The workers went on strike. Please underline the preposition on. What is the verb here? Go. It takes a preposition on. They go on strike quite often. They went on strike. Once or twice they give based on the preposition. The workers went on strike demanding better pay. Any problem? You have to respond, Andy. He struck gold in the mining field. How many of you have chosen the second option? Raise your hands. I expected more. Nothing wrong with that. Strike gold means to make a lot of money in a particular field. He struck gold in the field of exports. Means what? He made a lot of money in the field of exports. This sentence talks about he struck gold in the mining field. Mining field could be any mine, any ore. It doesn't mean only gold. It's an idiomatic expression. Please underline. Struck gold. What is the idiom over here? Strike gold. Strike gold in a particular field means to make a lot of money. That means first one is right. Second one is right. Shall we go to the third one? The idea strike or the idea struck me? Grammatical speaking, what do you say? The idea struck me as ridiculous. Here we cannot use a verb in the present form. It should be in the past form. What is the past form? Struck. So that means what is the answer? Tell me. Second option, 1 and 2. Who has chosen the second option? That's wonderful. Highly appreciable. Refuse. This is also quite difficult to answer. You all know the word refuse. As a verb, what does it mean? He refused the offer to say no or to not to accept. Everyone knows this. Let us go to the first one. The company refused to share its financials. Seems right or wrong? Refuse littered the streets after the storm. Let me ask a question. How many of you have chosen second option as the correct one? Raise your hands. Wonderful. Here refuse means waste. Write the meaning. Now read the sentence with the word waste. Read the sentence. Waste littered the streets after the storm. You have to know the meaning of litter. Litter can be a noun, can be a verb. As soon as you enter the room, you see papers, plastic stuff. What is the word for that? Litter. As a noun. And only an example, don't take it to heart. Some students littered the room. Noun or verb? Verb. So here what littered the streets? Waste. What is the other word for waste? Refuse. Have you guys got it? If you know that refuse as a noun means waste, you will choose a second one. Waste littered the streets after the storm. Nothing wrong grammatically, contextually. He was refuse. Better word is what I have given many a time. He was a recluse would have been better. He became a recluse. You cannot use the word refuse. So, what is the answer here? Have you chosen 1 and 2? How many of you? Okay, very good. So many. But not easy in my opinion. What is this about? Closed test. I think 1 or 2 bit challenging, but many are easy. Shall I read this one? What is this about? Please underline data leak. The recent data leak from a major tech firm has once again, over digital surveillance, once again opened a can of worms. This is a very good question. Put a star mark. Why is it a good question? Answer my question. Here options are words or idioms. If you know the meanings of these idioms, you can answer. Otherwise, impossible. The context talks about the recent data leak from a major tech firm has once again over digital surveillance. Means once again opened a problem, something like once again exposed problems related to digital surveillance. This is the contextual awareness you should have. Based on that, what is the first one? Opened a can of worms. Can of worms means idiomatic expression. You try to do something, then you discover a problem, and the more you try to open, more number of problems come out. Then we say it's a can of worms. Have you got it? Please write multiple problems at a time. So many problems you get exposed to at a time when you try to do something. Then we say can of worms. Have you guys copied? Brought home the bacon. How many of you know the meaning? Very difficult. Oh, good. If you know, please write. Earn money. Everyone earns money for the family, right? Earn money for the family to survive. It means brought home the bacon. Means he earned money for the family. Earn money. Earn money for what? For the family, to take care of the family. That is the meaning. Can we use that here? Got off on the wrong foot means to start something in a wrong way. When you start something, it could be successful, it could be unsuccessful. When you start something in a wrong way, then we say got off on the wrong foot. Start something in a wrong way or start something unsuccessfully. Have you got the meaning? Hit the jackpot. Imagine, you guys, what is your dream? To get a government job, am I right? One of our students, ex-serviceman, he got one shot, 13 jobs. How many? Then we say hit the jackpot. What is the expression you can think of? Jackpot means what? You get a lot at a time. You get a lot of money. You expect a little, but you get a lot of money. Then what do you say? Hit the jackpot. Does it go with this context? Added fuel to the fire. You all know this. Make the situation worse, exacerbate. So what is the answer here? First option. Exposed problems related to digital surveillance. How many of you have chosen the first option? Can I let me know? Okay. Let us go to the second blank. Citizens have grown increasingly concerned about what? Legitimacy of personal data, performance, vulnerability of personal data. Today, this is all awareness. We talk about digital platforms, but what is the problem with digital platforms? Privacy is a problem. You all know that. Your mobile, your personal data is being exposed, and personal data privacy is at stake. You all should know that. I'm sure you all know that. Hold the third option. Logistics means what? It goes with supply chain, distribution. Not relevant. Utility, no. So what is the answer here? Vulnerability is the answer. Easy or difficult? Increasingly concerned. When you read the word concerned, then you have to think of some problem. Here, legitimacy, positive word. Performance, positive word. Logistics, neutral. Utility, positive word. What is the only negative word here? That way also you can decide, but I don't recommend that. Next one. Civil liberties advocates have, underline the helping verb have, but underline the verb question. We'll take grammar approach. Have question, which tense is that? You have to respond. Present perfect. But here the question, how? How have they questioned? Then you need an adverb. How means adverb of manner. Firmly is an adverb of manner, casually, periodically, vocally, rarely. This is the reason why I tell you guys not to take the grammar approach. Here what do we need? Adverb. Which adverb? Manner. All the 5 options adverb of manner. Then how do you decide? You can decide only based on contextual awareness. Now here, questioning, can it be casual? Can it be periodical? Can it be rarely? That means, contextually speaking, you cannot consider 2, 3, and 5. 2 words can be considered. What is the first one? Sometimes we do say, he questioned firmly. We can say that. But between vocally, here vocally means, please write, strong and loud. Vocal here means what? Strong and loud. Between, once you know the meaning, which one will you choose? Firmly or vocally? Answer is which one? Obviously, fourth one is the answer. But generally, a typical candidate, when he or she is the word vocally, he or she may think what? Related to speaking. Am I right? No, that is not the meaning here. Let me ask the question. How many of you have chosen the first option? Raise your hands. How many of you have chosen the fourth option? That is the reason. Logical thinking. How do we think all the time? You have to respond. Logically, not logically. English doesn't go with logic. That is the problem. What is the problem here? English does not depend on logic. But we always want to use logic. There we have the clash. I'm damn sure 90% candidates in the actual exam, imagine same question. Across the country, 90% will go for the first option. Right? But what is the answer? That's why they have given. Have you guys got it? Fine. Shall we go to the 19th one? Rising scrutiny. First word is missing. And in the context of rising scrutiny, one thing you can, or in the present situation of rising scrutiny, something you have to think before you go to the options. What is the meaning of in lieu of, in place of? Please write the meaning, in place of, instead of. You cannot use in place of rising scrutiny. Thanks to. Have you heard of this expression any time? Today, many Indians are suffering in the US thanks to Donald Trump. What do you understand? Because of Donald Trump. What is the meaning of thanks to here? Because of. We use two expressions. I'll repeat. Many Indians are suffering in the US right now. Courtesy Donald Trump. What is the first one? We use the word courtesy. Means the same, because of Donald Trump. Second expression, thanks to, sarcastically. Thanks to Donald Trump. Means because of Donald Trump. You cannot use this. What is the third option? For all. No. What is the fourth option? In the light of, in the context of, in the present scenario of rising scrutiny, you should be convinced immediately. This is the answer. What is the fifth option? On the brink of, an important, please write, on the edge of, means a dangerous situation. On the brink of collapsing, means about to collapse. Have you guys copied? So how many of you have chosen the fourth option? In the light of, that is the answer. Next one, the government is expected to. Have you guys answered this question? Please respond. Which option have you chosen? How many of you first option? Second option? Third option? Okay, I'll read with the third option. The government is expected to introduce. Right or wrong? How many of you fourth option? Fifth option? What is the answer? By mistake, they gave the blank. That is the answer. Have you thought of that? You guys are amazing. Anyhow, let us not waste time. Strike off all of them. The government is expected to introduce a comprehensive data protection. By mistake, they gave the blank. While typing, typo, do remember. Usually it doesn't happen. Shall we go to the last one? I'm worried about the time factor. Last one is what? While the draft appears, underline the word critics. Means first one talks about something positive or negative. Positive. That's why critics come into the picture to talk about the negative dimension. That means you need a positive word or a negative word. Toothless means no power, negative word. Don't consider. Reassuring, positive or negative? Positive, hold this one. Volatile, not stable, negative, don't consider. Substantial, positive, hold this one. Considerable. Generic, a general term, goes with medicines, not here, not relevant. You have to decide between what is the first one, second option here. While the draft appears reassuring, critics say it lacks teeth. Seems okay. What is the fourth option? While the draft appears substantial, in this context we cannot use the word substantial. So what is the answer? Substantial means considerable. If you read the Hindu paper every day for 6 months, you can see substantial improvement. Means what? Considerable improvement. Shall we go to the next one? One more is there. Let us go to, at present, users remain largely unaware. This is a tricky question. Usually unaware takes which preposition? Of. But here the key says the fourth option. Strike off, unaware to is not correct. Unaware over is not correct. Unaware with is not correct. At present, users remain largely unaware about or largely unaware of. No, underline the verb remain. That is a thing that may change the option. If you are making a statement, he is unaware, then you can say he is unaware of something. Are you listening carefully? And they remain unaware about something. Here the word remain should be considered. They remain unaware about how their data is being mined and monetized. This is again controversial. Now I will use of. Listen very carefully. Users remain largely unaware of how their data is being mined and monetized. Nothing wrong with this also. Are you guys listening? In this context, you can use about, of. But between the two, which one is the better option, which is debatable? If you have to go with the key, it should be fourth option. Now you may ask, sir, how can you say that? Key says fourth option. Check what does the key say. But I would say, based on my experience and expertise, we can use about, we can use of. Then how do we decide? These passages, they take from some source. In that source, the writer must have used the word about. Do you understand what I say? Based on that, in the key, they have given the word about, unaware about something. I was unaware of something, I was unaware about something. Both could be used, but which is preferred? Of. But they must have used, we don't know that, we don't know the source. Do you know the source from where they have taken? Then you have to accept sometimes. Nothing wrong with this, but better option, of is a better option. Shall we go to the next one? What are these about? Error location. Now you guys are waiting eagerly. By fostering collaboration between universities and industries, foster means what? Develop, bring about, take care, positive word. Collaboration between how many? Two. Universities and industries, anything wrong? The new education policy seeks to bridge. Seek means what? Look for. Search for, look for. Seeks to bridge. Here bridge means what? Fill the gap. Bridge skill gaps, encourage innovation, and prepare graduates for a dynamic global economy. Do you find any error here? Answer is the fifth option. How many of you have chosen the fifth option? Good. Not easy, because something bothers you. Have I read properly? Am I damn sure about this? Sometimes you have to. After a decade of litigation, underline the word litigation. What is the meaning of litigation? It goes with which field? Please write law. Filing a case, litigant, one who files a case, legal word. After a decade of litigation means law case, a decade of law case. The court uphold or upheld. Here itself you have to stop. Context talks about present or past. Because after 10 years, court, you cannot use the verb in the present form. The verb should be in past form. Hold, what is the past form? Held. Uphold, past form, upheld. So what is the right word over here? Please make a note. Question is about past context. Contextual awareness, and here past context. Question number 25. This is, I personally don't accept, because I tell students a different rule. This goes against the rule I teach. First you listen to the rules. Underline neither nor. If you can listen and write, wonderful. Otherwise also try to listen and remember. When it comes to conjunctions, I give one important rule. What is that rule? When we combine two singular nouns, how many nouns? Two singular nouns using either or neither nor, we should use a singular verb. Either Mohan or Suresh have done or has done this. Has done this. Mohan singular, Suresh singular, singular verb. Rule number 2. When we combine, now listen to rule number 2 carefully, because this question is based on rule number 2. When we combine a singular noun and a plural noun, we should use a plural verb, and we should place the plural verb next to the plural noun. That means the first position should be singular noun or plural noun. Here singular noun or plural noun. And second position, what is it? Chairperson, singular. This is not correct. What is the correct sentence? Tell me. Neither the chairperson, please write this. Neither the chairperson nor the committee members, singular or plural? Committee members were available. Neither the chairperson nor the committee members were available. This is the actual order. But they have changed the position. Sometimes students also ask me, if you have to go with this, what is in the second position? You have to respond and singular or plural. But I don't consider the entire sentence. Take this sentence, not the given question, and think they have given was. Then what is the right word? Were. Have you guys got the rule? Fine. Next one. I think 26, 27, some problem is there. Have you worked on these two? We'll see after, because we are running out of time. We have only a few minutes. Still, how many questions are there? And these are rather easy and important. Shall we work on these questions? What are these about? Connectors. The central bank raised interest rates. Borrowing became more expensive for businesses and individuals. What does the context talk about? When interest rates are increased, borrowing becomes easy or difficult? Obviously, easy to understand. Can you use a contrasting expression like even though, unless, at last? What is it? Because they raised the interest rates, as a result of that, borrowing became a problem. Despite, no. So what is the answer? Easy one, but you should understand the context. The online course was designed to be accessible to all learners. Students in rural areas struggled due to limited internet connectivity. Contrasting, not contrasting. What is the first option here? You can consider that. Whereas, also a contrasting expression. Can we use in case, since, rather than? Between the two, whenever we want to express a strong contrast, written English especially, we prefer the word however. So what is the answer based on that? How many of you have chosen the first word? Wonderful. Next one is not, key is not correct. What does the key say? First you tell me. Fourth option, am I right? Whereas, I don't think so. Answer is though. I'll read the sentence with though. And first let me tell you, I have given many a time. Write these two words. Although, though. Students ask me, so what is the difference? One difference, although comes at the beginning of a sentence, and it is a formal expression, goes with written English. Though can come at the beginning or in the middle, and it goes with informal English as well. Have you guys got it? Okay. How do we start this sentence? Though renewable energy is critical for sustainable development, many developing countries still depend on coal for electricity generation. Seems right or wrong? Based on that, answer is the third option. Let us consider whereas. Renewable energy you cannot start. You have to start with though. And you cannot use whereas in the middle also to combine. Answer cannot be the fourth option and it cannot be the fifth option. Have you guys got it? How many of you have worked on 26, 27? Let us see 26. Time undama? Time. No problem. What is the answer? Tell me. For question number 27 or 26? 26. What is this about? The fintech sector is revolutionizing how people manage money. Do you think that is the first sentence? Or mobile wallets is the first one? As a result, can it be the first one? This wave, can it be the first one? However, can it be the first one? You cannot consider CDE. Mobile wallets, UPI, neo-banking platforms have made financial services accessible and convenient. But this broadly talks about which sector? the fintech sector. I think we should consider first one as the first one. How many options? A as the first one. How many options with A as the first one? 1 and 2. Let us check the second option. The fintech sector is revolutionizing how people manage money. I think A, B, D, C, E. A and B in the same order. What is the third one here? This wave of innovation is particularly beneficial for the previously unbanked population. And based on that, what happened? As a result, what happened? Traditional banks are also enhancing their digital infrastructure. See, they seem right or wrong? In that order, okay. And last one, obviously, E is the last one. So what is the answer here? Check. You don't have to go the next one. The adoption of electric vehicles is essential for reducing urban pollution. Excuse me. Can you start with, however, governments are offering subsidies? Can you start with that? Because here we have mentioned electrical vehicles, here EV purchase. First we have to elaborate the words, then we can use the letters. Are you guys listening? So C cannot be the first one. Car manufacturers are also investing, also underlined. Can it be the first one? Together, these efforts, can it be the first one? No. So what is the first one here? How many options with A? Let us check the third one. The adoption of electric vehicles is essential for reducing urban pollution. Together, these efforts, can we use E in the second position? No, that means what is the second one? And in the same order, A, B, C, D, E. Answer is the fifth option.